Vietnam or Thailand? Where should you go? Which one's better? There's only one way to find out. Fight! I'm Bucky.
And I'm Chopper.
And this is our comparison on what's better between Vietnam and Thailand for a holiday, and if you're going to live there. Why should you listen to us?
You should listen to us because of our experience. I've lived in Vietnam for 5 years.
Yeah, I was there for 7 years, and we've both been in Pattaya for, well, him for 2 years and me for 6 months.
And I lived in Thailand before as well for another 3 years. So yeah, we do know the two countries.
Yeah, so listen to us.
Contrary to some comments we've had.
Yeah, you dicks. All right, so let's get into this. First, let's talk about beers.
Well, yeah, beers. So,
Cheers.
we're in Thailand at the moment. Singer, Chang, Leo, well, the main beers, staples.
And they cost about 60 baht each, which is what, £1.50?
In a decent place, £1.50, decent place.
But
Vietnam.
Vietnam definitely wins this one because of one simple thing called
Hoi.
beer hoi. It's so good.
And again, this isn't all of Vietnam. This is mainly Hanoi. I think you get a little bit in Da Nang, don't you? Da Nang,
yeah.
you'll get a beer hoi. I mean, Jesus, you can buy. How much was a glass of beer there?
It's 30p. It's about 50 cents. The beer's made fresh every day. That's beer hoi in Vietnamese is fresh beer. And it basically, they brew it every day in the morning, and it only lasts for 1 day. There's no preservatives. It's about 3%, so you can drink about like 20 and you can still cycle afterwards.
One of the big things I miss, you know, we all used to get together, like the little hois, they'd have seating outside, so tiny little plastic stools. You'd be sat round in a tiny little plastic stool, and you'd sit there all day, drinking.
Bitten by mosquitoes, inhaling the pollution, but it didn't matter.
Getting drunk, like really having a good conversation, and then you come to settle the bill, and you're talking, it's like a fiver.
It's a fiver.
A fiver for all day on the drink.
All of us, we've had food, we've ordered cigarettes, we've gone to get cigarettes for us, and yeah, it's
probably one of the biggest things I miss. I miss that hoi culture that when 5 years in Hanoi, it was decent, you know. Yeah. So, you know, I think, but saying that.
However, you could not get a decent pint of Guinness in Vietnam, whereas you can in Thailand.
Yeah. And other than the hoi, if you take the hoi away, the beers are about the same sort of price. If you go into places, you know, into bars where they're serving Sapporo and things like that, that's a big beer there. You're talking, you know, you're getting on level
£3 a pint.
Yeah, you're getting up to £3 a pint. So the hoi is very, you know, it's the local drink, so that's why it's so much cheaper. Yeah.
You can have 10 hois, a pack of fags, and some noodles for the price of 1 pint of Sapporo in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's obviously what we drunk all the time. But Thailand has nice beers. It has more exports. It has draft Guinness.
I think there's more options. Definitely more options in Thailand. To be fair.
So for beer, who wins?
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because I have got a bit of a soft spot for Vietnam with the hois.
I'm giving it to Vietnam.
If we took away hoi, I'd give it to Thailand, but because of hoi, I'll give it to Vietnam. That's
1-0 to Vietnam. All right, pollution.
Oh, this is an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having lived 5 years, how many years were you in Hanoi?
7 years, and even though I smoke, my lungs are a mess. And I was an asbestos stripper, so my asbestos stripping, my smoking, nothing compares to 7 years cycling around Vietnam.
Oh, Hanoi was not good. And, you know, even when you get down into Ho Chi Minh, it's still pretty bad. The pollution actually, since moving to Pattaya, having done 5 years consistently in Hanoi, I was getting colds every month. You know, I was feeling chesty all the time. And I got to be honest, since I moved here, I've not even had one cold. So I think
you had the flu last week.
It wasn't a flu. That was an hangover.
Oh right, okay.
Anyway, so
you said it was the flu.
But yeah, that's a no contest for me. That's 1-1.
1-1. Attitude. Now this depends on what you're like, but I found, and we talk about this all the time, Vietnam is very, very woke, very hippie, very left wing. Whereas Pattaya is the opposite. They don't like the British expats. The British immigrants here don't like immigrants in England, and they love Donald Trump. They do, and they love the BNP and they love Britain first.
So hang on, what is this? This was
is attitude, yeah. So, but it's night and day, even though it's only a 2-hour flight between Hanoi and Pattaya.
Oh, I see. You mean expat attitude?
Expat attitude, yeah.
Okay.
So,
expat attitude, yeah.
I do stand-up comedy, and I did one show.
I don't know how. He's not
I did
that
one
funny.
show in Hanoi, and I got pretty much booed off stage because I made a pro-Trump joke.
Oh yes. Lots of wokies, yeah. I used to call them crusties in Hanoi. They wouldn't wash much, you know. They didn't know much about showering and things like that. So
there's a lot of lost hippies in Hanoi.
Hippie dippies, yeah.
Whereas in Pattaya, there's a lot of lost racists, I suppose.
You got the two extremes.
Yeah.
The ultra left and the ultra right.
Yeah. So, but we're not just talking about the expats. We're talking about the people as well. I find that in general, Thai people are more friendly.
Oh, so if we're going to talk about actually culture, yeah, because, you know, and we are comparing Thailand, not just Pattaya, we're comparing Thailand. Yeah, I'd say...
All the hippies are on Koh Phangan here.
Yeah. Hopefully they're locked there. I'd say, like, cultural-wise, they're more outgoing. So Thai people are more outgoing, they're more fun, you know, they'll drink, they'll go to bars and things. Vietnamese people are very reserved, very conservative. So
they don't like the women going out to bars on their own because they'll think that they are women of the night, and they don't like to.
Yeah.
You go to Ahoy, it's all men, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's a very conservative country, communist country as well. So obviously,
Socialist.
you know, it's communist, isn't it?
It's the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Communist. Anyway, so
I have to get the last word. But no matter what, it's quite capitalist, isn't it?
Yeah,
everyone has a business.
I just think, yeah, they're just not as outgoing. They can be a bit boring, you know. And
okay, so quality. Let's do this. Let's do 2
Let's
points
talk
here.
about. So let's talk about. Well, you can't diss a culture, can you? You can't say, you know, one or the other. But
I can. The Turks.
I'd say the outgoingness of Thai people and the more friendliness of Thai people gives me the goal for Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give it to Thailand for the locals. I don't know. Racism or reverse racism, what's worse? I'm going to hold judgment, but I think I like the hippies a little bit more than the racists, but not much more.
What?
So,
really?
Yeah, the hippies are, at least the hippies are...
We'll have 2-1 to Thailand so far. On to the next one.
All right, the next one is food.
Food, interesting, yeah. So
you got your pho in Vietnam.
for me, this is a no-brainer,
Well,
but
let's
this
tell 'em
guy
what it is
here
first,
loves Vietnamese food. Go on.
Yeah, it's my favourite food. It's basically a bowl of noodle soup with chicken broth and either beef or chicken, and you add your own little spices and herbs and everything. It's delicious. I eat it every day.
That's important because if you don't add your own stuff to it, it's just like dishwater. It tastes of nothing. It's like dishwater. It just tastes of nothing. So, you know, I was never a big fan of Vietnamese food. For me, Thai food is so much more flavoursome, you know, and all the curries and all the...
It's much more unhealthy, though. You'll put on more weight.
I agree. I think there's
everything's
quite a lot.
fried here.
It's not really healthy food, but for me, taste-wise, it's 10 times better than Vietnamese food. But I know, like, a lot of Vietnamese friends, I haven't got that many, but some won't be happy about me saying that. But
2 maybe.
you know, they're very, very, what's the word? Very precious with their food, their cuisine.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, you better not say, you know, I would say, oh, you
But
know,
both of them
a
are
nice
better than
steak and
English food.
chips. Nice steak and chips is better than this pho. And they'd be like, no way, man. They love all that.
But we're quite proud of our culinary heritage as well.
Not really, but
Yeah.
bread pies. I do like a pie.
Apple pie is very British.
We're not talking about pies again. Ends in tears.
We had a taser fight over pies just 2 nights ago, didn't we?
He gets on my nerves, and we had a big row about pies.
And he tasered me, and the only way we could make friends was if I was allowed to taser him. Oh, you should have seen him rolling around on the ground. Anyway, you're not allowed tased in Vietnam, so that's another point for Thailand.
Well, here we go then. So food, what would you give it to?
I would give it to Vietnam only because I have high cholesterol and I can't really eat fried foods, and in Vietnam the pho is boiled.
I think we'd
so
call
it's-
it a draw, that one then.
No, come on, you can't sit on the fence. It's
we've gotta
Vietnam
give it-
versus Thailand.
Yeah, I think we'd call it 1-1 for food. Got to make... Yeah, 1-1.
1-1.
So that's 3-1.
3-2.
3-1.
Well, no, it's 1-1 for people as well. Because it's expats are better in Hanoi.
I said we were going to give that to...
Well, I know, but you're not the only one here, are you? All right, it doesn't really matter what the score is. If you want pollution, go to Vietnam. If you want fried food, go to Thailand. If you're a lefty, go to Vietnam. And if you're a righty, come to Pattaya.
I don't really think... Yeah, you're saying Pattaya, but we're talking about Thailand.
Thailand, yeah.
Like, there's loads of hippie-dippies down in Thailand.
Yeah, in Koh Phangan.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? I think the next one was lifestyle.
Again, depending what you want. I mean, for me, it's a no-brainer. I've shown you the lovely house we live in. We've gone through this before about the lifestyle in Pattaya. You can live in a beautiful villa with a swimming pool. And actually, where we were in Hanoi, it was quite expensive, wasn't it? You were talking the same price. The same price that I'm paying now for this 3-bedroom villa with a swimming pool. I was getting like a little apartment in Hanoi. It's quite dear, isn't it? So I think that's again a no-brainer. Thailand lifestyle.
Thailand for
weather, and everything.
Weather. You're a bit more free here, aren't you? You can do kind of what you want.
Oh, that's an interesting one. The one thing I did love about the north of Thailand and everything is the freedom.
The Northern Island.
North of Thailand.
North of Thailand.
No, north of Vietnam. Sorry. It's the freedom. You can go on these bike rides. You can go anywhere, and you can have a few drinks whilst you're doing it, and you were super free. Which was surprised me because it's a communist country. You thought they'd be
socialist.
A bit more. Anyway,
but the freedom
lifestyle for me, no brainer.
And
what
also,
about you?
well, because we were in Vietnam and Thailand for a long time, we do have the freedom everywhere, but we're quite well known around the town. So we do have a lens on us, don't we? We do have people watching it. If we mess up any time. I know I'm going to get 3 or 4 text messages saying, "Oh, you were so drunk last night." It's like, so it's like a small town mentality.
In Hanoi, you mean?
In Hanoi and down Soi Buakhao.
You're in a bubble. You're in a bubble a little bit. You start to get known around this place, which is concerning.
Yeah, it's nice because people say hi to you and say, "Oh, Bucky, oh, Chopper." Not from the videos either, like just from generally around town. So yeah, and in Vietnam as well.
Yeah.
And we were both teachers there in Hanoi as well, so we always.
But you got to roll lifestyle into everything.
You've got to give it to Thailand.
Weather, it's 100% Thailand. 100%. The weather, the climate, everything's just better. So you're talking what? That's 4-2 to Thailand.
4-2 to Thailand. We're now going to talk about parties. Party lifestyle.
Lifestyle again.
Nightlife.
This might be another easy win for Pattaya.
We don't really
we don't really need to talk about. Oh, it'll be interesting actually.
Ho Chi Minh's quite a good night out.
You've got Bưu Vien Street, basically, which is their answer to Walking Street.
Yeah.
And it is a good night out, but there's one in the whole of Vietnam.
Well, there's one big one.
There's not any.
There's
more.
one that we've been to.
Hanoi, you can have a decent night out at Beer Street, but you're sat out on these little plastic stools.
We were just saying that was good a minute ago.
Yeah, I know, but
for a night out.
But for a night out, like party, there's no comparison.
So if you want to come to live somewhere to party, I think Thailand.
100%.
Easy wins it.
100%.
That's not to say Vietnam is a bad nightlife. So we had 7 years of great nights there.
I like living there, but just lifestyle and
Yeah. All right, local travel or
hang on a minute. Let's do the scores. That's 5-2.
5-2 to Thailand. All right, travel. Travel around either Thailand or Vietnam.
Again, I'd say it depends what you enjoy. If you love beaches, 1-0 Thailand. Because the beaches they're okay. You've got the likes of Hoi An and Da Nang, which are okay, and Phu Quoc, which is a pretty alright island. But
they're all much nicer than Pattaya Beach and Jomtien Beach. But you're talking
about Thailand. You can talk about like Koh Lipe, beautiful island, Koh Chang, all of these, even Phuket I think there's more going on the islands there. So if you like that side of it, if it's beach life and all that thing, it's definitely Vietnam. Thailand.
But I don't like beaches.
If it is beautiful scenery, I could say the north of Vietnam is amazing. Like,
let us know in the comments if you actually like beaches. We argue about this all the time.
I like beaches.
I hate it. I can't think of anything worse than getting sand in your ass, getting a sunburn and doing absolutely nothing. Even with a beer, I don't like it. Getting into the sea, getting out of the sea, sitting down, getting into the sea, getting out, then you have to have a shower, and then you're all like, I don't know, what do you like about it?
I just love it. I love the relaxation. I love the sun on me. The nice vitamin D you get. I mean, and I like just islands. I like islands. But saying that, this is a tricky one because Vietnam is beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Northern
very old.
Vietnam, I've done very good, amazing bike trips up there up to Ha Giang. You do the Ha Giang Loop. I was fortunate to go there during COVID times, so I was lucky to get in there and managed to. It was dead, so there was no tourists there, so we had the whole of the place virtually to ourselves, me and my pal, and it's got to be the best holiday I've ever had. We did 19 days going around on dirt bikes, 250s, in all of the scenery and everything up at the top there. So for me, travel-wise, Thailand can get a bit samey.
Yeah.
The beaches can get a bit samey.
And
for
the
me,
north and the south of Vietnam, there might as well be two. Well, you were
Yeah.
two different countries, weren't there?
they were. Yeah,
So I'm giving this one to Vietnam.
I think Vietnam as well, just because of Ha Giang and the north for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Da Nang and Nha Trang and all of these beach places aren't a patch on Thailand's beaches. But for me personally, I had my best holiday ever going around the north. So yeah, that's up to 5-3. We'll give that one to Vietnam.
5-3. Okay, so the last one is costs and how much you got to spend. Again, obviously it's going to depend on your lifestyle, but what do you think in terms of cost for?
Well, you did a very nice, interesting video about costs in Thailand, so have a look at that. And yeah,
133,000 baht a month when I'm drinking, and it's about 60,000 baht a month when I'm not drinking. But you can see that video here.
Day-to-day, monthly-wise, I'd say it probably, because it's weird, it's very close, because if you think about it, Thailand wins on rent. You can save a lot more money if you want to in Thailand with a nice place. So it's more expensive in Vietnam. But I'd suggest,
I think only rent's more in Vietnam, isn't it?
electric was the same sort of price in Vietnam, wasn't it? It was a similar sort of price. So I think they're on a par, to be honest.
Food's cheaper in Vietnam?
I don't think so. If you're going Western food, it's about on par.
Yeah.
But again, if you go for Thai food and you can get some Thai food for like 40 bucks, I think it's on a par with costs. I really do.
You'll
I think
probably spend less in Vietnam just because there's less temptations in Vietnam, or fewer temptations. I'm an English teacher, fewer temptations.
And if you like a drink and you drink Hoi, you're going to save a fortune compared to drinking out here.
It's basically free beer, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you're not into drinking, not everyone is.
But there would be. Our audience is going to be into drinking.
Yeah, but if
Let
you're
us know
not,
in the comments.
But if you're not, you're not going to spend a hell of a lot of money. Again, it's all relative, isn't it? We had a few comments saying, "Oh, you guys are ridiculous in the amount of money you're spending." Yeah, it's all relative. If you want to come out here and live like a pauper, you can easily live out here very, very cheaply.
Yeah,
But it's entirely up to you. So don't get angry about it. If you don't want to live it up, you don't have to live it up. So I think cost-wise would be the same. If you want to live it up in Vietnam, you could live in a massive apartment. It's going to cost you a fortune. You can go out partying every night into those expensive Western bars.
A chef, a driver.
I reckon it's got to be 1-1 on that because, to be honest with you, it's all relative, isn't it? It's what you want to spend. You can go and live very, very cheaply in Vietnam. You can go and live very cheaply in Thailand here. So it's up to you. So I would put them on a par, really.
Yeah, I know that you didn't want a draw, so I think Thailand just wins just because we live here.
I think so, just because of what you can get. For me, you can get an amazing house, an amazing villa, a lot cheaper.
But if you prefer history and you like to, just do more things and you want to live slightly cheaper, especially if you're drinking and want to drink for cheap, then Vietnam. But yeah, I would say Thailand.
Thailand, well then, looking at the scores.
What are the scores, George?
It's got to be, 6-3 to...
We've lost count, but
Pattaya wins.
All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.